Hi, everybody. Dorothy here, professional astrologer. You can find me on the web, nhastrologer.com, and obviously here on YouTube, Facebook, Dorothy Morgan Astrologer, Patreon, all over the place. So come and support me and say hi. I like to interact with people who love these videos. So today I'm going to talk to you about the week of April 20th to the 26th. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do the weekly forecast once a week. I usually put it out on Thursdays for the following week. And I talk about what I see. I don't talk about absolutely everything in the chart. Try to keep these under 20 minutes. But I do talk about the things that I see. And I'm more of a person who is very optimistic. So I'm going to give you positive ways to use some of the transits that even may seem a little difficult, because there's lots and lots of negative news and fear. And that's not me. And so I want to, and what you'll see, I got accused of sugarcoating things last week. And it's just like, well, not really. I like to give all of us a presentation so we can figure out how to use some of the things that are here. The real down-to-earth stuff. I'm a Gemini. I just want the facts and the information, how I can use these energies. And so that's what you'll get here. So no further ado, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully, I've done this twice already, so I didn't keep the recordings going. So anyways, here we are. What chart do I have up for you right now? Hopefully this is sharing. So let's take a look. It looks like it is. Okay, goody, goody. So this is the new moon chart right here, but I do want to animate. So I actually need to do a new screen for us. So let me go to the 22nd and let me do a new share. And that is the animated page. There we go. All right, so now we're sharing this animated page. And so here we are on Monday, the 20th. And what I want to focus on for Monday, Tuesday, and half of Wednesday, this amber necklace is a little heavy. Monday, Tuesday, and half of Wednesday is the moon in the sign of Aries. So here's the moon in Aries. Mercury's in Aries too. I'm going to speak to that in a few minutes. So we have the moon in Aries, and what do we do with the moon in Aries? When it is in that, we're all feeling very, very much like if I'm emotional about something or somebody else that I love is emotional, I want to do something to help. I want to make a change or help them with something. I want to take action. That's what Aries is, right? And so we're going to get behind it, especially if we're emotional about something or a loved one is emotional about something. We really want to get behind it and help do something. It's very masculine, assertive energy. But we also have the moon is in the balsamic lunar phase. So it's not new yet. The new moon isn't until Wednesday night. And so when we're in this balsamic lunar phase, those last 48 hours about of the full lunar cycle, it's a period of surrender, of rest, of going within, distilling information so we're able to process things. And so those are two very different energies. But I see that process happening even in my own life and people I know that are dear to me as well. Is like, what can I do? What can I do to feel safe and solid, financially secure in these just very turbulent period of time? So what we can do with this energy, especially Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, is like, how can I take action? So we're going to be feeling like we want to be doing that. But on the other hand, we have to sit back and surrender to what is. So throughout my days, and I know this, I'm talking about 2.5 days here, but this has been going on for weeks for me. Even since my dad passed in February, it's just like, I'm taking action. I know I have my list. I'm doing this and I'm doing that to take care of things. But then out of the blue, even though I'm doing fine, everything is as normal as it can be right now, I'm doing fine. And then the next thing I know, I'm in my recliner and I'm processing like emotions for a couple of hours. Things are just coming up and you have to process these emotions. It's so important now, especially now that we may have more time, not all of us, but more time to do these things and to slow down. The balsamic lunar phase, Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday, the 20th to the 22nd, is really great opportunity to do those things. Take action where you need to, but if something emotional gets triggered or is coming up, the best action you can take is to stop and be present and examine what's coming up and look at it if you feel comfortable enough, I'm not going to force you. These are good choices or choices. You can choose not to do this, but just process it. See what it looks like. You take that information, like, okay, I'm feeling this. Where is that coming from? You know, ask spirit, ask your guides, ask yourself, where does this come from in my life? And it can be most likely childhood, because we're all getting triggered by something. So even if most of the time you're doing fine and you're just working and doing the things you love to do or need to do, we still have to take the time during this balsamic lunar phase to examine the feelings and the things that are coming up. So give yourself that opportunity, take care of yourself in that way. So that's what we have for the first half of the week. Now on the 22nd, it's another one of the Stargate days. So the Stargate days are when all the numbers match. You know, it's a 4-month. 22 equals a 4 and 2020 equals a 4. So it's a 444 type of a day. The Stargate, we have 3 of them in April. I think that's it though. I don't think we have any more this year. I may be wrong, but I don't think we do. And so this is a day to focus in as well on the goals and the things that you want to set for your life, for the future. So let me get this next chart up. And that would be, yes, the screen share stopped. I understand. I'm going to get this next chart up. I'm going to do the chart and the grid so you can just see where everything is over here. Oh, you can't see it yet. Let's start sharing. All right, here's view the chart. All right, so hopefully you can see this. This is the new moon in Taurus. It's at 3 degrees of Taurus. This is for here in New Hampshire, our latitude and longitude, 10:26 p.m. So what are we going to do with this new moon right next to Uranus? Well, this is also Earth Day. It's so beautiful to have the new moon on Earth Day. It's fantastic because we really are honoring the Earth. Our lack of movement as human beings is really helping. She's really like clearing things up. Doesn't take long for her to get back to normal. Not quite the same for us. So what do we want to do with this new moon? Usually and typically, if it's a normal time period, and it really is normal in some ways, get your garden started. There's more people I've seen on social media who are just like really going to town. It's like, I'm planting a garden. I want to grow my own food. I want to be more responsible for myself. I want to be more responsible for the planet. These are all the things that the new moon in Taurus is all about, and Earth Day is all about. But what else do we want to do with this? It's right next to Uranus. And so what's going to happen here is, for ages, us astrologers have been seeing Uranus in the sign of Taurus. And with Uranus in Taurus, Taurus rules money too. What we love, what we value, the earth, finances. It's in charge of all of those things. And so with this new moon here, this is an opportunity to be inspired for new things. All right. To be inspired. Let me grab my notes. I'm trying to remember what I wrote. What did I want to write here? To be inspired to do things differently. And especially if you've been staying at home for the most part for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or even longer. What we valued before that is definitely shifting and changing now. I mean, I really can't wait just to go out and have a meal out with a friend, because I don't know, just one of those things I miss. I don't do it often, but I would do it once in a while, and I miss doing that. And I know that's very minimal, but to me, that's important. I want to be able to do that. So when we have this new moon in Taurus, it's an opportunity to set goals based on what you love and what you value and how you want that to be different now. You can say, I want to be more independently, I want, whatever your job is, right? How you earn your money. Maybe you feel, if you're a self-employed person, that once this settles down, and people get back to work, you'd rather go and have a W-2 job. I call them W-2 jobs. And that would make you feel more secure. That's a new moon in Taurus. Or if you're somebody who does work for a company and you've decided, well, that's it. I just need to be a sole proprietor or an entrepreneur, and I want to start setting goals based off of that. Those are other things you can do with this new moon in Taurus. And again, right next to Uranus, which means, we're really focusing in on our money, because so many people are unemployed right now. A lot aren't, but a huge amount are. So where a lot of people are really feeling that collective scarcity mentality. So how can you not feel nervous about this? And I know there's a lot of people, I've been watching all kinds of, been on the unemployment posts, right? I'm watching them in my local area, and it's scary, and people are very frustrated because things aren't working well for them right now. But this is one way where we're going to get through this piece, this emergency piece, but let's learn the lesson from it and start setting some goals based off of how can I feel more secure? How can I know I can take care of myself if this were to happen again? So these are big lessons for all of us, but it gives us opportunities to explore who we are and what's going on in our own lives. Okay. So I don't even remember what chart I have up. So that's what that new moon looks like. It's also square to Saturn. There's all kinds of aspects here, but I don't want to talk about all of them. Don't have time. So here on the 25th, what do I want to talk about here? I think it's Pluto retrograde. Yeah, here's Pluto retrograde. So moving on to the end of the week, of course, we have Mercury in Aries squaring Pluto, and it's going to square Pluto the day before this on the 24th, and it's squaring Jupiter in this time frame on Sunday the 26th. So right now, Mercury in Aries, like very talkative, very chatty, straightforward and direct. Squaring Pluto and Jupiter, I think this means that there's going to be more information. Not that we aren't already inundated with too much information, but I think there's something about new information coming out that we need to hear about, whether it's something that just hasn't been exposed yet. That's what I feel. I feel something new is going to be showing up in this time period. So what do we do with that? That's a good question, because it's going to be information. And I guess that really depends on your response to information, because moon is in Gemini. And when the moon is in Gemini, that's the ruler of Mercury. Mercury's in Aries, and that just gets a lot of information. It's going to be coming at us faster than ever before. Takes a lot to process all this much information, but there's going to be something. So something is just going to show up in the news in these few days, 24th, 25th, 26th, somewhere right in there. And we also have here, like I said, Pluto stationing, and he stations at it's 2:54 p.m. on the 25th, and that's East Coast, but Pluto hasn't really moved even by minutes for quite a while anyway, so he's been stationary, and he's headed retrograde now. This is our first retrograde. We've been without any retrogrades for about 3 weeks, and a really big opportunity for lots of things to grow, but we all got sent home, sent to our rooms, but as a virus grew, and that was the no retrograde period. But now that Pluto's retrograde, and when we get to May 11th, we have 3 other planets retrograding. This is when we're going to finally be able to start getting our feet wet, if you will, start opening the doors a little bit. I think this will slow down for now. The pandemic should start to slow down for now if we remain careful. But on Sunday, the 26th, the Sun and Uranus are conjunct. Let me grab that chart. That should be right here. Here it is, the exact conjunction of the Sun and Uranus. This happens once a year, but to me, it can create a sudden surprise, an unexpected adventure, movement, or just something that we could just be feeling the need. Some of us could be feeling the need for freedom so badly that we just say, the heck with it, we're out, right? And not pay attention to the social distancing issues or requests. So we're going to be feeling a bit edgy, if you will, but it doesn't have to be edgy in a negative way with the Sun Uranus, but it can just be, I need to do something different. I am tired and bored. Or you can just find and choose a very innovative or creative something. Maybe I can hear some of you, it's like, I've been doing that for 6 weeks. I can't find anything new for the kids to do, but you're going to find it. This energy of the Sun to Uranus is wonderful for inspiring freedom, right? And being innovative. So I want you to pay attention to that. All right. This forecast is on my website, written form, not word for word, nhastrologer.com. Just go to the written forecast page, and please come find me on Patreon. I do a lot of live broadcasts there, so you can ask questions. Like if something I said here didn't make any sense to you, you could ask. So I have that available on Patreon. So you can come there for a small monthly fee and interact with me when I do these videos live. These here on YouTube are always recorded. And all right, I think I will leave you with that. And blessings. Thank you. Namaste.